Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam mudirayed. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu Nityaṁ bhāgavata-sevayā. Bhagavati uttama-shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtaki. Ārādhayo bhagavan vrajeshatanayas tadhāma vrindavanam. Ramya kāchitupāsana vrachavadhu vargena vā kalpita. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam pramānamamalam prema pamartho mahan. Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu matamidam tatrārdharana para. Jai Śrī Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Śrī Advaita Gadadhar Śrī Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Desha Tarini. Śrī Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Śrī Advaita Gadadhar Śrī Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Namami Dāmodarāshtakam Pada Pankajam Karomi Dāmodara Pujanam Sada Vadami Dāmodaranama Nirmalam Smarami Dāmodara Lila Sundaram. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, dear worshipful devotees, for joining. We are discussing today, actually, we read the Dāmodarāshtakam from Bhāgavatam and also took a lot of references from the other holy scriptures. So we are discussing now the Dāmodarāshtakam by Śrīla Satyavrata Muni, paragraph by paragraph. So let's see how many verses we can cover. We covered text 1 last time. So we'll try to read more and cover more as much as Lord Krishna allows us today. So let's go to the second verse, which is here. Yes, Pasati Mataji has raised her hand. Please, you can read this.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Prabhuji, I have a question before I start reading. So, Prabhuji, in Nitai Shavini Mataji's lecture, Mataji mentioned that last day before yesterday, you mentioned that Satyavrata Muni, who wrote this Dāmodarāshtakam, he is not that Satyavrata Muni who is in the Matsya avatar. That's what you said, right, Prabhuji? So Mataji said, Prabhuji, Satyavrata Muni is from Matsya avatar. He is seventh Manu, another name of is Satyavrata Muni, Vivashvan Manu, and he is the same Satyavrata Muni who recited and who has seen this Damodar Leela and wrote Dāmodarāshtakam and then recited to Shanak Rishi and Narad Muni and Srila Vyasadeva, they illustrated in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So that's why, Prabhuji, is there, like, I don't know. So that I thought I will let you know that I heard that from Mataji's lecture.
Thank you for sharing. And whatever I share is also what I heard. Like I mentioned that he was present as one of the sages in the assembly of the sages of Naimisharanya. These slides which I am sharing and I prepared, I used reference of one devotee who has given series on classes on this. He's also a disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. So, at times there will be certain episodes or certain times we will see that that here it is said that this happened, here it is said that this happened, and they both don't tie. In bhakti, it will, it will sometimes happen. So we don't have to get overwhelmed with that. We just have to understand that Hari Ananta, Hari Lila Ananta, at different places, at different times, different things could happen, and multiple things could be simultaneously correct. So we just have to take that in that spirit. I'm not saying what is wrong and what is right. As we have discussed this, we have come across this in the past also, that this scripture says this and this scripture says this. How can they both be parallelly correct? It is the opulence of the Lord that it could be parallelly correct. Is that okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Very well. Thank you. Yes, you can read this text too.
Rudantam muhurnetra yukmam mrijantam karam bhoja yukmena satanka netram muhu shwasha kampa trirekhanka kantha sthita graiva damodaram bhakti badhyam. Seeing the whipping stick in his mother's hand, he is crying and rubbing his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes are filled with fear, and the necklace of pearls around his neck, which is marked with 3 lines like a conch shell, is shaking because of his quick breathing due to crying. To this Supreme Lord, Sri Damodara, whose belly is bound not with ropes but with his mother's pure love, I offer my humble obeisances. Back to you, Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So this brings us to the next verse. So what happened in the first verse? Who can just give a summary in 1 or 2 lines? What we covered in the first verse in 1 or 2 lines? Can anyone paraphrase? Okay, yes, Prabhu, please.
Yes. Okay. So the first para that we are bowing down to the Supreme Lord, whose form is made of Satchit Ananda. There's the root Vishesh, and then whose kundalam, that the hair ball coming from the ears, and that is hanging, and he is running around the Braj, Gokula Brajavanam, and he is running due to the fear of Mother Jashoda, and who is running him. So, and that's Supreme Lord to whom we bow down. Back to Prabhuji.
Well, thank you, Prabhu. So basically, Krishna's different glories are shared, and finally he's running his Leela Vishesha, and finally the mother has caught her. Why? Because she ran with a greater speed, and Krishna was looking, hey, is my mother coming or not? And as soon as he looked back, she caught him. So now, not only she caught Krishna, but she was very determined. It's again a great lesson. When the devotee is determined to catch Krishna, then Krishna's determination to not being, Krishna is determined not, that I don't want to be caught, right? The devotee is determined to catch Krishna. Krishna is determined, hey, I won't be caught. But who will win? Who will win?
Devotees.
Devotees will win. The same way, Mata Yashoda is feeding Krishna milk, which is basically love. And Krishna is reciprocating that love by drinking that love or milk. Now, Mother Yashoda is not an ordinary mother, as we all know. She is the topmost devotee in the Vatsalya Rasa. She's a pure, unalloyed devotee with unlimited love for Krishna. And Krishna is that supreme personality of Godhead who can experience unlimited love. Now, who will win there? The Mata is feeding the milk, and Krishna is drinking the milk or love. Who will win there? Is the question clear?
The devotee will win.
Krishna will make
win.
the
Okay, let's see
devotee
who's
win.
on Krishna's side. Who says Krishna will win?
Krishna will make the devotee to win.
Oh wow, that's highly philosophical.
Hare Krishna.
Really
Prabhu.
true, because he likes that more. Like a father likes, father and child are fighting. Who will win? The father will make the child win. So that's a beautiful answer as well. And then the father will experience more joy in that, right? When he sees the joy in the child's face, oh, I defeated my father. Hey, I'm more stronger than him, right? Then the father feels, yeah, he's happy, right? So the acharyas mentioned a very nice point that as Krishna was drinking milk, as Mata was feeding her breast milk, suddenly the milk overflowed Krishna's mouth, and a streak of white milk started to flow outside Krishna's lips down his cheek. That means what? Krishna lost. Because Mata's love was more and he could not drink enough. Isn't that beautiful? So in every way, he is faster than the fastest, but again he is caught. Now, not only he is caught, in this second verse, what's happening? Rudantam. He is crying. Muhu. Again and again. Muhu. Rudantam muhur netra yugmam. Yoga, whenever this word yoga, like Yugal Kishore. Radha Krishna Prana Mohura Yugala Kishore. This yoga. This Nalkuver Manigriv also like the two, Yugala, wherever two. So Netra, two. There are two pairs. Or we say two Netras, two eyes. So this word Yugal comes there multiple times. Rudantam Muhur Netra Yugmam Mrijantam. He's rubbing. Have you seen children crying? They're not just crying. They are rubbing their eyes like that, right? Right, and that's what the next verse is what? Muhushvasa kampa trirekha kakanta. Muhushvasa. They're crying and rubbing teeth and rubbing their eyes and crying, and Krishna is crying, and then he's deep breathing, quick breathing, and because of that crying. Muhushvasa kampa. Oh, that's the third line actually. The second line is karam bhoja. Kara means what? Anyone knows kara?
Hand.
Hands. Very nice. Can you give some places where the word kara comes?
Tavakara, Kamala Bhare Nakham, Adbhuta.
Tavakara Kamala Bhare Nakham Nashrinarti we sing. What does this line mean? Tavakara Kamala Bhare Nakham.
Your beautiful hands are like lotus. Tabu Karakamala. Your names, beautiful names, lotus-like hands.
Hare Kamala. So here also the very similar word is used, Karakamala. Karamboja. Karamboja. What does Ambuja mean here? Anyone knows? Lotus hands.
Lotus
Right?
hands.
Ambu means what? Anyone knows? What's the meaning of Ambu? Or Amba?
Padma?
Amba means Ambaja. Amboja. So Amboja refers to there are two meanings actually. Amba means mother, Ja means Jal, or Ja also means Janma. The one who is born from water is basically lotus. Kara Amboja. Your hands are like lotus. That's the meaning. Tava Kara Kamala. Same thing. Kara Kamala, Kara Pankaja, Kar Amboja, Kar so many the words used to address lotus, and so many Krishna's names are connected to lotus. Nama Pankaja Nabhaya, Pankaja Maline, Pankaja Netraya, Pankaja Angriye, Pankaja Tava Pada Pankaja. So many names are connected to Pankaja or Amboja or Kamala. The meaning is basically the same. And that is, lotus is used to address Krishna's beauty. Of course, how can we compare lotus or how can we compare Krishna to lotus? It is just to give some understanding, right? Because lotus, people like lotus, the blooming lotus, and just to give some understanding. Of course, the billions and zillions of lotuses put together cannot compare with Krishna's beauty. What to speak of one lotus, right? Kara Karamboja Yugamena. Again, word yugal comes here. You see, yug. So what is it referring to here? Can anyone guess? In this context, what will it refer to? Netra yugmam, karam yugmam, two hands, right?
Pair
The
of
hands
two.
also in pair. But hands are like what? Lotus. Maybe I can share this. I'm not. Maybe it will help. The word to word. Does it help? It's not very refined. It's more like for me as a notes rather than for the audience, but hope it helps. Karamboja Yugmena. His two lotus-like hands. Two here, Yugmena. The word Yugmena also came before, but over there, yeah, over there it was for Netra, correct? But here in this line, it's more for Kara. The word Kartal, Tal means beat, Kar means hands. If you don't have kartals, we can just clap. Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That's karta. Kar means hands, tal means beat. Sa atanka netram. You heard this word atankavad, atank macha rakha hai. Atank is terror, right? Krishna's eyes, netra, the word again, the word netra means eyes. The pankaja netra are full of terror, full of fear, not just bhaya, The bhaya in, is now the degree bhaya and attain, like fear and terror are two different, right? I'm fearful is one thing, but I'm terrorized, right? That's a much higher degree, right? Is it not? Right? Scared, fear, but terror is a much higher degree. So Krishna was terrorized. His eyes are full of terror. Now think about the one, who is running the whole show, the whole material spiritual world, the sun and the moon, each and every atom is running under his guidance. A drop of water, a blade of grass cannot move without his permission. Now he is crying. Now he has terror in his eyes because Mata Yashoda has a whipping stick in her hand and she is determined to give punishment to our dear Krishna. Muhush, muhu again, the word muhu came here, the word muhu came here also. Muhushvasa, sorry. You see the word muhu came previously also. I think it'll come later. Muhush chumbitam bimba, yeah, it'll come later. So muhushvasa, so you can remember the muhu means again and again, again and again. What he's doing? Crying, rubbing his eyes, shwasa, taking deep breath, quick breath, and kampa. Again, that word kampa comes here. Kapray, right? Shivering. Why? Because of fear, because of the terror. In Ramayana, there was a soldier in Ravana's army. When people would come before Ravana, everyone would do kampan, right? Especially if they have to give a bad news. Hey, your people are killed in the battle. Because the king could practically, kill the deliverer, even the deliverer of bad news. So they would shiver. Their body would shiver. Everyone would shiver before coming to Ravana. But there was one guy who was called Akampan. Means opposite. He would not be fearful. I mean, he would be like, he could straight away deliver the news. At least let's put it this way. So he was called Akampan. The word kampan is I'm just trying to share a few connections with the word kampa. So kampa means kapana. Who was doing kampan?
Krishna.
Krishna is doing kampan. And we all know why is he doing kampan? Because of fear of being punished by Mata Yashoda. Tri rekha ka kantha. Tri means three, rekha means lines, and kantha means
Throat.
throat. So we have the famous Kantimala, our dog collar, or pet dogs of Krishna. So it's especially seen when someone turns their neck, you can see the three lines. Even in the conch, it is seen that those three lines. So it's just describing again and again. The whole idea is to meditate on the beautiful form of the Lord. Like how much detail is given about his eyes, not just eyes, what's going on in the eyes. And devotees so beautifully, have painted these. If we meditate upon these, the eyes are full of terror. He is shivering, he's crying, the tears. Mata is determined to bind Krishna. The Tri Rekha Ka Kantha. So when we're doing this Dāmodarāshtakam, when we're offering this lamp, we're basically meditating on all those beautiful features, the eyes, the hands, the trembling body, the nose, the curly locks of hairs, which will come later. Right? So we are trying to meditate on all those beautiful features of the most beautiful Lord Shri Krishna while we are singing this Dāmodarāshtakam. Muhush. So let's do one more time if we covered. So everyone good? Rudantam muhur nitra yugmam rijantam. This is about the eyes and crying. Karam bhoja yugamena satanka netram. Again about the eyes and the hands. Muhushvasa kampatri rekha kantha. This is about the breathing, shwasa, about the trembling, and about the neck. Sthita greva damodaram bhakti badham. So the fourth line is about, Sthita is situated. Greva is the pearl necklace and other neck ornaments. Sthita greva damodar. We all know what damodar means. Bhakti badham. Bhakti badham. Bhakti ke dwara bande jate hain Bhagavan. Bhaktya mam abhijanati. Krishna says in Bhakti word at least 10 times, if not more. In so many verses, Krishna says, Bhaktya mam abhijanati. Yome bhaktya prayachati. Man mana bhav mad bhaktau. So many verses that only by bhakti one can know me. Only by bhakti I am pleased. Not by gyan, not by aishwarya, not by charity, not by this. Vedeshu yagyeshu tapasu cha eva daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam. Teti sarvam idam viditva yogi param stan upeti chadyam. Bhagavad Gita 16.34. The last verse of chapter 16 is what? 16:24. Yeah. No, that's not the verse I was looking for. But the point is that the topmost yogi is one who's a devotee of Krishna. That's the essence. So the point here again that he is bound by bhakti. Bilavangal Thakur also says that I will bind you with ropes of love. Tvam bhakti damnasi maya niruddha chinatsi ghoram bhavapashabandham bhinatsi bhimam bhavapashabandham. You break the terrible noose of Yamaraj. You can break the sins of all the material world, but you cannot break my bhakti baddha. And when I tie you with the ropes of bhakti, tvam bhakti damnasi maya niruddha. You'll not be able to break up those. For in eons, the days of Brahma, you will stay there. So, bound by Sthita Graiva, who is wearing beautiful garlands, necklace, ornaments around his neck, neck. So we can meditate and see. We can see here also those beautiful necklaces are shown. So this picture is very beautiful. I mean, we don't just, we may miss these details. But when we are singing like, oh, Sthita Graiva, so Graiva we are referring to the beautiful ornaments around, which get more beautiful when they're around Krishna. Graiva Damodar Bhakti Badham was tied by ropes of love of his devotee. And we all know the 2 fingers short by effort and mercy. Let's read the third one. Anyone wants to read? Yes, Kashish Mataji, please.
Hare Kṛṣṇa Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all devotees to Srila Prabhupada. Verse 3. Iti triksalila bhirananda kunde swagosham nimajantam akhyapayantam tadeshitatkeshu bhakterjitatvam punah prematastam shatavriti vande. By such childhood pastimes as this, he is droning the inhabitants of Gokula in pools of ecstasy and is revealing to those devotees who are absorbed in knowledge of his supreme majesty and opulence that he is only conquered by devotees whose pure love is imbued with intimacy and is free from all conceptions of awe and reverence. With great love, I again offer my obeisances to Lord Damodara hundreds and hundreds of times. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So now this is talking about the Guna Vishesha. So many attributes we have been discussing. Now this stanza is, or these few lines talking about the qualities. So what is Krishna doing? Iti drik. Iti means this. By all these pastimes, Swa Leela, his own pastimes. Swa means his own. Leela, we all know, pastimes. Kunda. Anyone knows what does Kunda mean? Govind Kund, Apsara Kund, Surbhi Kund, Radha Kund, Sham Kund. Reservoir of generally water, generally in common terms, is it's water, right? Or kind of a lake in Florida, what we call in local language, right? But in Sanskrit, it's called Kunda. Radha Kund, Sham Kund, Govind Kund, Apsara Kund, Naval Kund, Narad Kund, etc. But what is Krishna doing? Krishna is allowing his devotee to constantly dive in the kunda of his pastimes. Iti driksva leela bhir. And what is that like? Pure bliss. Ananda kunde. It's pure bliss. Who would not want to take bath in that kunda, right? So hearing Krishna Katha, hearing the name, form, qualities of Lord is basically bathing ourselves in the pure, in the nectarian pastimes, in the ocean of nectar, in the ocean of bliss. So that's Krishna. Why he displays his pastimes? To attract us towards him. Bhakta Anuraga. So that we can develop attachment. Rather than hearing about Hollywood, Bollywood, Tollywood things, which may be very, very appealing to a conditioned soul, like myself. But when we hear about Krishna, he gives us trailer of the real stuff, of the real Ananda, real bliss, so that by hearing that, we can develop more and more attraction to Krishna's pastime. So, in short, he is drowning in the pool of bliss, pure nectar, like Damodar Leela, and playing with the calves, and stealing butter, killing demons, joking, etc., etc., unlimited pastimes. Swa Ghosha. So the word Swa means self, right? Swa comes Leela, Swa Ghosha. His own family and other residents. So basically he is immersing Nimajjantam Akhya Payantam. When he makes them known, because when he's displaying Iti Driksva Leela Bhi Ananda Kundi, so by making those pastimes aware or in the knowledge of all the devotees, especially those who are his devotees, his family members, his dearmost, then they're very happy. So there's a point here. Don't drown in the material world. Rather, let's drown in the ocean of bliss, which is basically Krishna Katha. One who takes shelter, one who dives in the ocean of Krishna Katha will get free from the ocean of material world. So He is loudly, ghosha, loudly, swaghosha, is loudly proclaiming. Ghoshana kar rahe hain. So that's real happiness. Tadiyeshitagneshu. Yeah, again. Of those desirous of knowing his majesty, Aishwarya. Tadiyeshitagneshu bhaktirjitatvam. So bhaktirjitatvam. Again here also, bhakti ki jeet hoti hai, samajh le. Jitatvam, bhakti, he is conquered by bhakti again. His quality of being bound by bhakti. So what was the previous word? Anyone remembers that Krishna can be bound by bhakti in the previous
Baddham.
Yes. The last line was Sthitagreiva Dāmodaram Bhakti Baddham. And the text 3 also, the last and the text 3, the third line is Tadiyeshitagneshu bhaktirjitatvam. That means for all those who are trying to know Krishna, there are different people trying to know Krishna, jnanis, yogis, speculators, this yoga, that yoga, but who will ultimately win? Bhaktirjitatvam. Tadiyeshitagneshu. Those who are desirous to know Krishna, only those who are trying to approach Krishna through bhakti will win. Let's hear a beautiful verse which we did before, but let's read it again. 10:9:21. It's on the screen. Anyone wants to read this? Please. Is it better now? Who wants to read?
I can refer to.
Yeah.
Nayam shukapo bhagavana dehinam gopika sutta naninam chatam bhutanam yata bhakti matam miha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, the son of Mother Yashoda, is accessible to devotees engaged in the spontaneous, loving service, but he is not as easily accessible to mental speculators. To those striving for self-realization by severe austerities and penances, or to those who consider the body the same as the self.
Hare Krishna. Very nice. Nayam sukhapo bhagavan dehinam gopika. So the Krishna who can be easily obtained by the bhakti cannot be obtained by other methods. By jnanis, by those who chatma bhutanam, those who consider the body as self, body is everything. So basically those who are practicing bhakti yoga, this verse is telling the same thing, which the third line of text, bhaktirjitatvam. So again and again, the point here is he is known by bhakti. That's one of the main lessons of Damodar Leela, that he is known only by bhakti yoga. And bhakti yoga is the most simple, sublime process. Punah prematastam. Punah means, there's one more verse, Bhaktyam Abhijanati Yavanyas, which we covered that 1855. Punah means again. Anyone remembers one more word we learned today which means again? Also again and again. Again and again.
Murmur.
Muhu, sir.
Muhu. Very nice. Muhu Vasakampa. So punah. Similar, very, very similar word, synonym kind of. Punah premata. Shata avriti vande. Vande means vandanam. I praise, I offer, I bow down. So many verses begin with Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghu Yugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Vande Krishna Nanda Kumara. Like that, so many prayers begin basically Vandanam or Namam, same thing. Based on the the context, some these words are interchangeably used. Premata, when I offer my Vandanam, my Namaskar, it's not out of ritual or duty. It's out of prema, with love and devotion. Puna prematam shata avritti. Shata shata, koti koti pranam. Shata shata pranam. Shata shata pranam. Shata, sorry, I'm saying praman. It's pranam. Pranam or vandanam. What does shata mean? Shata,
Hundreds.
hundreds. Sahasra, sahasra koti. Right? Manushyanam sahastreshu. Right? This word comes amongst thousands. Sahasra means thousands. Right? So shata, sahasra, hundreds, thousands. So my hundreds and hundreds of obeisance, my respects, my pranams to whom? To that Lord Damodar. Let's move on to. Is everyone getting this, or is it helpful, or is it too technical, or is it making sense? Just some thoughts.
It's wonderful, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. I mean, this is important because it's helpful to know what we are reciting and at least a little bit more. I hope when we recite after knowing, it will have more meaning, right? We can meditate more. Oh, we're talking about the hands of Krishna. Oh, we're talking about the neck. Oh, we're talking about his three lines, three rekha. We're talking about his graiva, the ornaments around his neck. Let's go to the 4th verse. Who wants to read this?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, please.
Hare Krishna, devotees. Borum deva mukhyana mukhyavadhiva nachanya gunyam parisadapiha idam te vapunatha gopala balam sadame manasya abhirashtam kim anya. O Lord, although you are able to give all kinds of benediction, I do not pray to you for the boon of impersonal liberation, nor the highest liberation of eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon which may be obtained by executing the 9 processes of bhakti. O Lord, I simply wish that this form of yours as Bala Gopala in Vrindavan may ever be manifest in my heart. For what is the use to me of any other boon besides this? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhu. So just think about pure devotees talk to Krishna. It's like a conversation going on. So what has happened so far is narrating about the different attributes of Krishna, how he is running, what is his facial expressions, what his hands are doing, what his neck is doing, what is he wearing in his neck, the ropes around, and then glorifying the devotees also, that he is caught by Bhaktir Jitatvam Bhakti Baddham. 2 places he mentioned about the glories of bhakti. Now Krishna says, hey, generally, especially in India, people come, they want to glorify someone, they want something. Krishna says, hey, what do you want? Do you want some vara? I am Varadraj, right? I can give any boon. Vara is, vara means benediction, boon. What do you want? What vara you want? Or what benediction you want? Varam deva moksham na. Right? Oh Dev, do not give me moksha. I do not want liberation. Okay, you don't want liberation. You want something else. moksha avadhim va. Let's understand this word. So moksha avadhi. Moksha is of different types, right? Mukti, basically moksha, mukti, same thing, liberation. So moksha avadhi, even going to Vaikuntha planets, which is basically called Salokya Mukti, to get the same planet as Lord Vishnu. Is it not? Sarupya also, we have the same form. Sarshti. So I do not want even the zenith of liberation. So a pure devotee is not even aspiring to go to Vaikuntha planet. That's a very big statement here. A pure devotee is not aspiring to go to Vaikuntha planet. What to speak of the lower liberation, like impersonal Brahman effulgence. So the first moksha is referring to the lower liberation. The second moksha, moksha avadim, avadi is like zenith or peak of moksha. I do not even want that. Okay, you don't want moksha. You don't want moksha avadim. What do you want? Cha anya varam deva moksham na moksha avadim va na chanya vreneham. I'm not even asking for anything else. Anya bilashita shunyam. That's like the highest. A devotee does not serve Krishna because he wants to get something from Krishna. That's what, I mean, even if someone has desires, like Krishna says, if someone has no desires, a lot of material desires or spiritual desires, or desire for liberation, akama sarvo kamo moksha kama udaradi tivrena bhakti yojana yajita purusham. One should approach Krishna, but that's not a pure state. Chaturvida bhajante mam jana sukritino artin arjuna arti jigyasur artharchi jnani cha bharatarshava. These are also devotees, but in Bhagavad is clearly mentioned they approach for wealth, approach in distress, they approach for desires, they approach for other material things, etc. And some approach for absolute truth, for inquiry, genuine inquiry. Those are the highest. But these are not pure devotees. They may become pure devotees, but here Satyavrata Muni is already at a very high level. So he's not saying, I would want other liberation. So basically he is, in this material world, there are 4 purusharthas, right? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. If he's saying, I do not even want moksha, it's natural he did not want these material sense gratification. If someone says, hey, I do not need $1 billion. If someone says, hey, you want $1 billion? I'll give you as a gift. Krishna can give that easily, right? Is it not? So that's if he rejects that, it's implied that he has rejected $100. It's implied that he has rejected the best car. It's implied that he has rejected the best house. Does it make sense? Because he's rejected the much bigger thing. So out of the 4 purusharthas, moksha is considered the highest, at least not in the material world. In the material world, people consider wealth as the highest. Dharma is gone. Everyone wants artha, ka. And why? To get more kama, right? Artha and kama. The dharma is gone and moksha is out of question. But at least in the Vedic culture, people would, in a dharmic way, earn artha, engage their kama, keeping dharma as the center, for the one purpose to get moksha. And what is the topmost moksha? We all know, Krishna Prem, Pancham Purushartha. Krishna Prema Pumartho Mahan. But the point here is that he has rejected all the material things, including moksha avadhi, the topmost liberation as well. Right? Varam deva moksham na moksha avadim va nachanya vreneham vareshat api iha. So now he says If you want to give me, Vrineham Vara Ishat, who you can give any boon, right? Vara, again this word, Vara. Vrineham Vareshat Apiha. Give me this boon. Now he's actually asking what he really wants in the last two lines. So the first two lines, if we observe carefully, I'll share my screen again. In the first two lines, he is rejecting up till here what he does not want, right? I do not want moksha. I don't want moksha of the. I don't want any other desires. But now he is expressing, actually, oh Krishna, if you really want to give me, you give me what? Idam te vapu. What does vapu mean? Anyone knows?
जो फिजिकल सेवा जो होती है वो वपु सेवा कहलाती है.
Vapu seva. Vapu basically means body.
Body.
Body, right? Body, physical body, right? Or so Vani seva, Vapu seva. Very nicely you linked that. Yeah. So Krishna is saying, Idam, Satyavrata is saying, the pure devotee is saying, Idam te vapur natha gopala balam. O Krishna, your beautiful, divine, transcendental Gopal Bal Vapu or Gopal Bal Rupa, mere man mein sada nivas ho. Sada me manasi. Sada, always in my mind, me manasi. Sada me manasya avirastam kim anye. Again rejecting. I do not want anything else, but I want one thing. What is he asking for? Krishna, may your beautiful form, especially what form? Gopal Bala, the childhood baby form of Krishna he's aspiring for. This Damodar Leela, he's aspiring that may Krishna, this form, never leave my heart. Isn't that beautiful? You know what Satyavrata, the kola which Sridhar asked for when Nimai used to negotiate with him? You remember this story? He used to sell banana leaves and banana products. Nimai would say, hey, you are giving me, you are a cheater, you are a liar, you are making big profits. And he would sell like banana seller. It's not like selling gold and pearls. One day I will expose you. One day I will show to the whole world that how much you are tricking, how much money you are making under the table. One day I'll expose you whole stuff. You are cheating everyone. Like that, he would negotiate for whole hours and hours with this Sridhar Kolavicha. If you go to Mayapur, you can go to those banana trees which are still there, right next to the Rajapur temple. So we hope to go there when we go to India. So the point is, and when Sridhar Kolavicha during the Mahaprakash Leela, he came, he also asked, like Mahaprabhu said, what do you want? He said, no, I don't want anything. Varam deva moksham na moksha vadimva na chanya. But I want one thing. If you really want to give me that, may that remembrance of those negotiation pastimes always be in my heart. Right? Sada me manasya avirastam kimanye. Idam te vapurnath Gopal balam sada me manasya avirastam kimanye. If I have that remembrance of Krishna, what else I need in my life? If I do not have Krishna in my heart, billions of dollars and millions of dollars and cars and pearls and big things are just waste. Right? They are big zeros with no one of Krishna. So, any thoughts, comments so far? We covered 3 verses today, 2, 3, and 4. Anyone has any thoughts, comments, or questions?
Prabhuji,
Reflections?
if possible, can you share that word to word?
Sure, yeah. It's also available on KK Songs as well, but I have some additional notes. So if anyone wants that presentation, I am happy to share. But it's also, the word to word is also available on KK Songs. That's where I did, along with some other notes as well. Yeah, I'm not a Sanskrit scholar to make this word to word. I just copied from there. Sure. Anyone else has any other thoughts, comments, reflections, or questions?
So Prabhuji, last 5-6 years we have been doing this with devotees and your guidance, but every time we read, it looks like fresh, like listening for the first time, learning for the first time. Very nice. Krishna is always new.
Yes, that's very true. And that's sort of the effects of Kali Yuga also, that it seems very, very fresh also, because our memories are, especially mine, it's every time I read, oh really, I did this class like 5 years back. I can't recall. I really, like, I was hearing Gopashtami, I didn't even remember I did this like for Montreal devotees, and where did I get all these points from? And I was like thinking, like, where is my presentation? I was like, I had to, like, really, I mean, like, so it's the Kali Yuga effect also, that the memories are quite short, and of course Krishna Lila is so fresh every time. It's so much new nectar, and Prabhupada said that. And this is not nothing like even Mahaprabhu showed by his example. He would hear the pastimes of Dhruva and Prahlad hundreds of times. Even Prabhupada said, every time we read Bhagavad Gita, you'll find newer and newer jewels. And we all can feel it. Bhagavad Gita is not a book to be read and okay, done. Book read, check the box. Bhagavad Gita par liya. It's meant to be relished. Every time we open, every verse we open, we'll find something new. The more, we read, the more we hear, the more we'll get purified. The next time we read, we'll have a deeper realization, deeper meaning, deeper connection with Gita. It's same with Dāmodarāshtakam. So thank you, Prabhu. I completely second. Yes, Kashish Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. The Ekadashi has started here. It's wonderful. My day couldn't start better than this, Prabhu. Thank you so much. It's all your mercy and association of devotees I'm able to attend this class. And since, when the days pass by, our efforts get started more, we do more efforts. So only last 5 days of month are left for Damodar month. So it's wonderful. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining early morning. And this last 5 days, or actually technically 4 days, Kadashi has started in India and about to start here as well. These last technically 5 days, but they somehow overlap. Don't ask me why, but they somehow overlap and it becomes 4 days, and they are called Bhishma Panchak. So from Ekadashi, the 11th till the Purnima, which is on 7th, so 4, 5, 6, 7, and the Bhishma Panchak. It is said that okay, pura saal kuch nahi kiya, to Kartik mein kuch kar lo. Right? The whole year you didn't do something. Okay, do something in the Kartik at least. Kartik, 30 days, this, that, still a lot of things going on, but familiarity breeds contempt. Kartik is almost about to go. The sale is almost ending. The countdown has already started. The last 5 days, at least, let's intensify. Last 4 days, 5 days, because who knows? Next Kartik, who will be where? Will we be there? Right? No one knows, right? Just now, someone shared this video of the Seoul Halloween which really became like a hellish night for so many kids and their families. About 200 kids died, young, 20, 25 years in colleges. They were celebrating Halloween, celebrating kind of freedom. After 3 years, we can do anything we want. Anything is like without mask and restrictions and stuff. So many young people just died. Like, it's very sad and but this is the harsh reality. So we may feel that, so we should try to take the most out of whatever we have been given. Thank you. Anything else? Rama Prabhu, what do you think?
Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Hare Krishna. Where are you going today? You were putting nice tilak.
Hare
Are you going
Krishna.
somewhere?
What? No, I just did my bath, Prabhuji.
Oh, you're a sadhu. You put a nice tilak after bathing.
Hare Krishna,
Good.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Dev Ki Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. This month, it's really a month of joy. This is what I feel. So many devotees are traveling to Vraj and all, as if I'm participating as well. And every day there are kathas on that. And Damodar Leela, so many kathas out there online. So it's so nice to hear. And as if I'm participating there in the Vraj Leela. Yeah, it's a month of joy, really.
Wow.
And so many events.
Vaghosham nimajjantam akhyapayantam. You are drowning in the Ananda Kunda by Vraj Leela.
Yes, I remember when on Sunday, I went to set up the Govardhan here. So in Roseville, in my area, we do it after a week. So I got the opportunity to set the Govardhan here. I was so happy. I had the opportunity again after 2 years of COVID. So I felt so great when I did that. Really.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
For
Thank
sharing.
you for giving the opportunity to hear early morning like that. Thank you so much.
Cool. So I guess we will pause here.
But
Yes, Prabhu.
we should try to love Krishna as my Yashoda to get the true happiness in life. To do chanting seriously, Shiva in temple, and the sadhu sangha is the only way to get the real happiness in life and to make this world as well as the outer world where we have to go. This is the truth.
Haribol. You covered the whole class in 2 minutes. That's the whole essence of everything. Thank you, Prabhuji. That's the glories of hearing from senior Vaishnavas. They are sargrahi, give the essence in just few words. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Purana ki jai, Śrī Dāmodarāshtakam ki jai, Śrī Kartik Damodar Mas ki jai, Śrī Damodar ki jai, Śrī Shuddha Damodar ki jai, Śrī Prabhupada ki jai, Samavita Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhya eva chaktitanam pavanebhyo Vishnu. Hare Krishna, thank you.
Yes,
Haribol.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Haribol.
Bye. Sure.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Explain very well.
Hare Krishna.
अभी तक हम
Thank you, Prabhuji, for your blessings.
Hare Krishna.